seconds.
Holy shit. Yeah, I gotta actually play.
I like how you're in BC and your ping is like barely higher than mine.
Must be them Canadian internets. Racist.
Mission begins in 30
Did you ever see that that fake Canadian cuckold porn?
What? No.
You know how people.
No!
You know how people do the like there's that whole fetish about like you see all those porn sites that are like black guy nailing my wife or something like that.
Mission begins.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, well, someone made a parody of that where they photoshopped Canadian hats on everybody, and it's all about
1.
What, you mean
how
like
terrible
toques?
your wife is for banging a Canadian cat.
Were they toques? That'd be fucking funny.
It was Mountie hats and crap like that,
Lame.
like photoshopping maple syrup can things over the dicks. It's fucking hysterical.
Alert. Our control
Okay, I do admit that's kind of fun.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Freedom time!
When it comes to freedom.
update.
Oh
Yeah,
shit, gadgets!
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Ruining fun for everyone.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Looks like we might get less people because of that update.
Probably
The
not.
control point is being captured.
30 megs.
Yeah. 30 megs, but some people do have trouble connect. Really?
Really what? You didn't accept my challenge and just be a cheap asshole? Is that it? Really?
I'm gonna do the Rooster Teeth thing and just say it's a legitimate strategy.
Enemy has received additional time.
The Gus thing.
Eat my dust!
Hello, EX. Goodbye.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Let's get him!
It's been a while, Hank. Where have you been?
School.
Ah, what call it?
I thought Hank was a middle schooler, just with a great voice.
3, 2,
No, vocal pads would suggest that he has more testosterone in his body, suggesting a more developed vocal cord.
I crafted the hats, and I had 10 out of the 18
Wait,
reclaimed
you're-
metal, and I got all these fucking cool hats now.
Your wife has friends over. I wonder if the anime fans like her, or are they just people?
I forgot what team I was on.
You're blue, posse.
There's no good, there are no cool hats anymore.
Yeah, I didn't have that,
Other than,
Venture Bros hat, though.
oh, thank you, god damn it.
Will be his only warning of the night. Next one's a ban.
What the hell was that?
I'm not having you stalking someone's wife on my watch.
Wait, I did? Stop. What? What did I do?
Wait, you're talking to Izanagi?
Yep.
I'm confused.
Oh, that's right, you have him muted?
Wait, what did I do? I swear, I
What
honestly,
did he do?
legitimately ask, what did I do?
I'm confused.
So basically he said, EX is like, oh yeah, his wife has friends over, and he's like, oh, I wonder if they're anime fans, like, what's her face? And I'm just like,
Wait, what? No, EX's wife draws, furry stuff, so I thought that she liked anime because of it, so I asked the question if some of her friends were anime fans, but, I swear, I did no ill intention.
I didn't understand how that could be a flag, Hank.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of furry people.
Alert. Our control point
wasn't he like,
captured.
for a while? I haven't been around enough. Fuck it. So there was someone's like wife or girlfriend that was an anime artist or a manga artist, some shit, that he was always like, had a boner for.
No,
Wait,
you're
what?
thinking of
I
EX's
never-
wife who does furry, and we just make fun of EX for that.
Oh, okay. You still love him though.
Way to go, Pally.
Yeah.
We can't really fault
He's a
him
good guy.
because
Yeah, he is.
his wife rakes in enough money from
Hey,
drawing
for the
furry
rent.
porn to pay the rent. My story. But, so,
Hey,
you
know
know,
what?
I mean, I
Hey,
can't really
furry,
say
but,
anything.
Alert. The control point
Oh,
is
no.
being contested.
Oh no.
Alert.
Missed
The
it.
control point is being captured.
Well, I guess that would happen. Some people have different tastes and amounts of...
I'll get $30.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Oh no.
Xbox One.
I was gonna say engagement ring, but whatever.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
I thought they were already married.
You can buy a woman a
But
ring.
seriously,
An engagement ring?
It is Valentine's Day. Like,
Yeah.
what,
Isn't
5
that on the
days?
14th?
free.
Do you want to be engaged
It's
to your
Valentine's Day is
wife?
3 days.
10 seconds.
You can just get him another ring. Be like, hey, I got you a ring for Valentine's Day.
3, 2,
Woo! What type of restaurant? Seafood or
overtime. Overtime.
steak?
It's an anime restaurant.
Hey,
Seriously, Hank, I'm not that much
Take her
of
to a
an
maid
idiot.
cafe. A fucking maid cafe.
Overtime.
Dear God, is this gonna be a joke?
Waifu, McWaifu. Take her to McWaifu.
Victory.
I have friends who, they went to a maid cafe and like 10 minutes and they were like, oh God, just stop. I know I came here for the novelty, but just stop.
Yeah, I would never head into a maid cafe in my life. You'd have to literally drag me there.
Why not?
Wait, EX. Why would they run a maid cafe in America? Isn't there one in like Michigan that shut down because nobody liked it?
Pretty much.
Hang on, I'm going to explain this really quick before my wife notices. My friends were in a maid cafe for an anime convention that they were running here in South Florida.
Dude, I never heard about that.
Control point enabled. Get going.
I'm getting some lag.
Did
Yeah, I
something
remember
bad
hearing
happen?
about that. No. They're just like, they attempted to run a maid cafe and it just did not really go as planned because it was at an anime Mention?
Of course.
Yep. I feel
Yeah. Enemy fans and maid cafe demographics overlap, but they're...
We should secure the control point.
He's gotta tell.
Here's the thing though, my friends ran a convention in South Florida called YasumiCon. That's when both Nero and Colette were still living down here in Miami, and we had a good time running the convention, but one year we had a good idea to run the maid cafe, and that was a disaster.
Creeps everywhere. So many creeps.
I bet.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I just heard from one of my friends who was there the year it happened.
Jesus. I mean, I've heard that a lot of creepy people...
The thing is, hang on. The thing is, my friends, they tried so hard to run the convention, but here's the thing. There was only people making the food for the maid cafe, and Jesus Christ, my poor friends who were the actual maids for the cafe, oh my God. It was nuts. It was pandemonium. The bright side about the whole thing was that I got to hang out with Arm Cannon, so that was awesome.
Pandemonium Maid Cafe.
Polar Bears Cafe. Actually, that sounds like...
I think I would rather shoot myself than try to run a maid cafe for a bunch of sweaty nerds.
Yeah,
and it was for the convention which my friends ran, and because there isn't any good anime conventions down here in South Florida, the only thing that we have is Florida SuperCon, but that's a general convention for everybody, not necessarily an anime convention.
Yeah, not much better in Pittsburgh. The only thing we have is tech.
Izanagi, you know what you have in Pittsburgh? A furry convention. The biggest furry convention in the United States.
Why would they pick Pittsburgh?
It's the pits.
Because that's where the guy lives.
It's the
Because
pits.
the guy who runs the convention lives in Pittsburgh.
That would
Are
make
you sure it's not because it's the pits?
Okay, seriously, that joke's old and tired and stupid. I live in
Then
Pittsburgh.
why am I laughing
in
at it?
Pittsburgh. It's not that...
Because it's a good joke.
Right. Stick up my ass. I'll get rid of it, or try to.
There's a joke. Here's a joke that's been. Oh, EX got caught.
Or EX.
There's an ancient curse that will come undone if he describes the maid cafe through voice.
Yeah.
The ancient curse called being forced to sleep on the couch.
Ooh, yeah. But honestly, if I had to run an event in a convention, I'd run a fighting game tournament or something. Slightly easier to organize, and I can generally get people to move along.
Alert. Our control point is...
I would think the main problem with that would be there's so many of them already, and some of them are so high level that you could have trouble getting it off the ground.
I would never run anything at an anime convention. I mean, I went to BlizzCon, and that was already... And that was before,
Ends in 30 seconds.
that was before StarCraft 2 got off the ground, really, and that was before World of Warcraft was full into its terrible kata. So there were still normal people who played it, so Jeezy. And you know what the thing is? Even at the end of the 2 days, no matter who you are, no matter how much you've bathed and everything, you still start to stink.
5, 4,
That's why I brought a gas mask to ASIN. Hell, actually, the only thing I'd ever do at ASIN is work with the IRT team, the guys who do security. And I would call dibs on the graveyard shift, which is from like 7 in the morning till 9.
How many pervs?
No, that's like when no one up. I'd just be sitting in an elevator playing Magic with one of my friends. Like, that's what I would do the entire time. And then get a free room
What
for
would
it.
be the worst? So what would be the worst shift?
Technically 7 o'clock in the morning. Because you have to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Or be up by then.
I mean in terms of dealing with the worst of the convention goers.
Oh, that'd probably be like the midnight shift around the raves.
Oh, the anime raves. The they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they just get sweaty and greasy, and they don't know what an actual rave is. Every bad cliche about white people dancing ever, and it's real, and it's all in front of you.
Well, I'm Asian, so
I'm just imagining a bunch of like dudes over 200 pounds that haven't shaved in like 2 weeks and haven't showered in maybe 3 days. And I'm just like,
Yeah, that's the big problem, because the rave is a big sweaty thing full of people who were already sweaty before the whole, like, moving around in a tight space thing began.
Hey, I keep clean. I actually shower every night.
thank you. We're not talking about you specifically, but we're saying like some dudes that go to those conventions just get really ripe smelling, and it's
And some of it is,
Oh god, EX.
well, I mean, at BlizzCon, there was a kid who, there's a BlizzCon who completely reeked because he dressed up as Arthas. So he had to wear that fucking, full chainmail in the sun of Anaheim.
Thank
And that
goodness,
just
the
didn't
only
make
thing
anybody stink.
Oh, good God. Thank God my first cosplay will be Yu Narukami from Persona. That's not going to be that smelly. The wig maybe, but...
You can't do that. Probably.
Actually, Rito, what do you think about Narukami as a cosplay?
Bad. Boring.
He's one of the few characters that has glasses. Not a lot of characters are tall, thin, and have glasses.
He's just some guy in a uniform with a gray wig.
Well, in the future I want to do Yuki Terumi, my avatar, or Ragnar the Blood Edge. But those require metalworking, pretty decent stitching work, and embroidery, so...
And I'm assuming you need to bulk up 60 pounds.
Control point in
Actually, Terumi doesn't look like you have to bulk up.
Not to
Ragnar
mention having
maybe,
the
but
muscle mass to carry the weapons.
Terumi actually doesn't use weapon. He uses a butterfly knife and made weapons. Ragnar, yeah, I would probably have to buck up if I wanted to use the blood scythe to any effectiveness. I mean, making a foam version. I'm the type that wants to get into character. I would want to make an actual Ragnar the Blood-Edged sword, complete with folding out and turning into the scythe.
And that's when you
I'm a
get
bit
kicked out of the
obsessive.
conventions. Because you can't have metal in most cases.
But
They
it's
actually really
awesome,
frown
and it's
upon
a lot.
metal.
Yeah,
Like
they
the
make
fact
you
that would be
safety tag everything. Doesn't matter.
point has been captured.
Does not matter.
What if I just have it?
You
What
could
if I just have it
be
be foam with?
You could be a world-class swordsman, and like everyone knows that you would never hurt anybody, and the best thing ever. And if you bring an actual sword in, they will kick your ass out.
So
Like I couldn't have a Zangetsu in its sheath, completely wrapped and secured with like a lock and chain, and carry it around just to like take pictures of it in random places and call it the Adventures of Zangetsu. They wouldn't let me do that. And I was like, it's gonna be chained up, like the
Doesn't
whole
matter
thing,
though.
in order to even use it.
There's so many fucking people though. It's just not worth the hassle of trying to manage everything. It's better just to have a blank.
Yep.
No.
We have lost control point.
So it'd be best to just use the foam version then.
No.
You're gonna get a plastic one.
I still want it to fold out and turn into the scythe configuration though, because that astral finish is awesome. The technicals of that are going to be nightmarish though. You do, EX, you do know what Ragnar's astral looks like, right?
The only cosplay I ever want to do is I need to put on another like 20 pounds of muscle, which sucks because it's taken me all year just to put on the last 20 pounds, and it's going to be even harder, but I want to go as Armstrong from FMA.
Oh, no wait, my friend
You
told
gotta
me...
get your shape.
Oh hey Bossman,
your shape.
you know, there is
'Cause I'm
actually
already-
another...
well, actually, more like I gotta gain like another 30 or 40 actually, because I'm 200 at 6'2", but
Jesus, I'm 6'1" and 150.
I gotta get up to
I'm way
like
better than
200. I gotta get up to like 240, 6'2" to be Armstrong,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
and that's gonna take
What
like
about-
2 years.
what about Jin Kisaragi? He's a relatively lean person, the sword isn't that heavy, and, well, the problem is the uniform. Good God, that NOL uniform's gonna be a nightmare to stitch.
That's why you should just bulk up a little bit to like 170 and just go as Shadow Kanji, because you don't have to wear anything.
What? Why not I just go... Wait a second. Persona 4 Ultimax has a new character coming out, Sho Minazuki. He sounds almost like Kazuma. He has, 2 swords. I could probably cosplay as him if I get a red wig, scar makeup, and get the voice step.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
instead of trying to gain the 40 pounds, I'm just gonna lose the 10 I need to get down to that, to get down to 12% body fat, and then just go as Shadow Kanji and just thrust at people all day.
Wait, you didn't like...
Just being captured.
I want to preface this with I'm not drinking tonight, so...
Alright. Wait, doesn't Shao Kanji have the flowers, and the really big bulky body, and the illusion, and the two...
He has a towel, and that's all I need.
Oh, you're talking about the untransformed version, not the, rejected version that you fight in the boss battle. What the fuck
How would I get 800 feet tall?
Technically not 800. Skill-wise, he looks more 20 feet.
Again, how
Robo's
would you...
birthday?
Robo's birthday. Happy birthday, Robo.
Love you, Robo. Oh, my gift is the thing I already gave you that you still have to unlock.
My gift will be this.
Okay,
Mission ends in 30
There.
seconds.
There's your gift, buddy. Enjoy it.
He's not on.
Hallelujah.
That kid.
That was embarrassing.
Does anyone got a good Valentine's Day?
What's up with these fucklords camping?
No.
10 seconds.
And why are we on this? Why are we on this?
Yeah, I'm just asking about Friday. I'm very enjoying.
I wanted to play Gravel Pit, you fuck!
That's now the default map for whenever the server restarts. I changed it from 2 Fort, because 2 Fort suck.
Just being captured. Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Let's solve the mystery. Why does the person who never stops talking ever got muted? Can we solve the mystery together, guys?
Because happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Because I'm broke, I have no money, and I can't afford to give him a real gift. So,
This is a real gift. This is a gift for all of us.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Heil us!
I like Gullywa.
this custom or no? I always forget.
I think this is standard.
Okay.
It's a Valve map now. It was a community map, but then they're like, oh, everyone plays Gully Washing competitive. We should make it real. And then they did, and they made it shit.
So the
They
Dusty
changed to
Soda
it.
Popper again. I forgot about it.
Yeah, you can.
How'd they buff it?
He gets crits now.
Crits and jumps?
Yep. Well, it doesn't get crits on the hype, but you can get random crits now.
Man,
Which is
you-
square.
Alert.
They just don't know what
Control
they're...
point is being captured.
All I had was
It's
jumping
Valve. When
ability.
have they ever known what they were doing?
Ah, fuck!
That lucky reflex, man.
It's like, I know the rocket wasn't even your intention.
Control point is being captured.
I just didn't want people touching me.
The worst part was, I thought it was the soldier behind you. Like, you reflected your teammate's rocket.
Coming soon to Team Fortress 2. Fuck over your enemies by fucking with your teammates.
Eat my dust!
Turbo's right there.
Come on, random crits. Damn it.
You know, you kind of have to use the soda popper like a shit force of nature up until the point you get hype, and then you just fly the fuck away.
That's what I usually do. It's actually, honestly, I love it right now, because it's just one of my favorite guns.
Time has been added. Alert. The control point is being contested.
Medic!
Why am I using the shortstop?
Has been alert. The control point is being captured.
Alright, I feel good.
Oh shit, I forgot to and those kids. Oh well.
What kids?
The control point
There were
is
some
being
kids on the server earlier that I just banned because they're using voice changers and being annoying in general. They all apologized
you
and I was
unban
like,
them?
oh yeah. They apologized, so I'm like, okay, yeah, cool, I'll unban you at some point, maybe.
Never forget. September 11th. Never forget.
But Ark, the difference between you and those kids is that,
Waste them!
no, those little kids using voice changers, but Ark, you are not annoying as hell.
Yeah, he is. That's why I always have him muted.
You're not using like voice changers to be super annoying.
Whips!
Yeah, he's just annoying by happenstance.
Okay,
Like moderately annoying.
Pyro range.
He doesn't talk that much, though.
Exactly, so I don't have a problem with him.
Oh, fuck you, Hunter!
Right in your ass.
Oh, you fucking clipped me, you son of a bitch!
I also think I sold my strong boxes. I'm not sure if I have them.
How much money is 4 strong boxes? Seems like too much to pay.
Time
guess-
has been added. Alert.
By hand.
The control point is being contested.
I thought you were using your tax refund on Killer Instinct.
He did.
Freaking point, you moron!
Hey guys, I'm gonna use my tax refund on
fucking
I was gonna say.
fucking bought an Xbox One and got Killer Instinct.
So
And
bad.
as
Why
we
would you
got,
do that?
as like the moment he bought it, fucking Amazon bought Double Helix.
So yeah, what's
Man,
gonna
with
happen
my-
with that?
They're gonna finish the bullshit they were working on, and then they're going to go and do whatever Amazon has.
I'm more just wondering what Amazon wants with a game company.
They're making
They
their own
want to
little
get into the
microconsole.
console market.
Maybe they'll fix Killer Instinct.
I was gonna say,
No,
they're
they're
probably
not
gonna
gonna
make.
They're not going to have anything to do with KI. That's strictly Microsoft. They're passing that off to somebody else.
Damn it.
Is your wife gonna let you tell the story?
You guys remember when I had to tell the entire story of Lab Zero?
Here's something you should have built.
EX is going to tell the entire story of Double Helix.
Tell us a story.
What the fuck are you doing? Get at it.
Alright guys, I'm gonna be brief about
Again
this,
with
so
the
here's
cleaver.
story.
Point is being contested.
Okay, here's the skinny. Double Helix got bought out by Amazon, however, they're going to continue doing the rest of Killer Instinct for Season 1, meaning they're going to continue with full gore, the story mode, and the online lobbies, as well as everything else they promised for Season 1. However, after Season 1 is done, Double Helix will no longer be associated with Killer Instinct. So, Microsoft is going to find a new developer to work on Season 2 of Killer Instinct, thus adding in 8 more additional characters into the game, but Double Helix is not going to be the ones who are going to create those 8 characters.
Is it going to be Lab Zero?
Who knows, but you know what? It would be awesome if it is Lab Zero, considering Mike Z programmed Killer Instinct.
Yeah. He did something. I don't know what he did, but he did something.
Finally, before I get off the mic, even though Double Helix is no longer going to be working with Killer Instinct, and it's essentially going to go back to Microsoft Studios, that doesn't mean the Microsoft portion of Killer Instinct is going away. Those people are still going to work on the game. The only thing I'm concerned about is that I hope that Double Helix gives the engine they used for Killer Instinct to whoever's going to work on it now. But aside from that, you know,
Catch this.
nothing concrete. So after Season 1, which is going to be like around March or April, well actually April and May, they'll be done, you know, and then there's going to be a new developer working on Killer Instinct, and that's it.
You know, with my tax refund, I think I'm gonna get jewels for Dungeon Keeper.
There you go.
I'm gonna buy an iPhone that has Flappy Bird already installed on it.
$6,000,
What's
real
going
cheap.
on? No,
Get it?
rare games only work, Brad.
Didn't you already spend your fucking tax refund on a Vile figure?
No, that was my tax refund. That was part of a paycheck, completely different.
That was just the money bucks you get. That's just your normal money bucks.
Spent the rest of it on 40s.
That's what I'm
Good
spending
choice.
mine on.
All over 4 counties. Thanks, pal.
Aw, damn.
Are you playing only as Jago because he's the free character? And you spent all your money?
So you got 2 characters? Yeah, he's got Spinal. No, Chili Shark.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
We should have not voted for Croissant because now I'm hungry.
Omelet, do croissant.
Alert. The control point has been contested.
Croissant
Alert.
omelet?
Control point has been captured.
Omelet.
So you're-
Man, I'm doing super shit sober. I really wish
So
I
this
could
is-
drink. Then I wouldn't suck.
You run out of booze?
No, I'm sick, so I can't drink.
He's making
What do you say? Same boat I'm in, buddy.
I'm sick.
Oh.
Wait, are you sick of the cold?
Yeah.
Whiskey and tea, man. That's how you can enjoy your booze. It will help you feel better, and it's booze. So
Oh
you
yeah,
take-
when I was a kid and I had cold, my dad
my
used to give
cold
me
medicine.
brandy
I
with sugar in
can't
it.
drink with my cold medicine.
Oh yeah, not if you're taking heavy cold medicine. Then that's gluten out.
It'll just make me really nauseous, and
really
by
bad.
that I mean it'll just make me throw up.
You'll just choke on your own vomit and die in your sleep,
Yeah,
just like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No, he choked on his heroin.
Oh, too soon? No, he choked on his vomit. Did you not see Breaking Bad, that one season?
I haven't finished season 2 yet. Gotcha, Canada.
Thank you.
Shh, quiet, Tia.
Why are there 3 medics on blue?
Because they're tryhards.
medics.
Oh god,
Doctor!
that's a lot of medics.
There's 3 of them and they're just healing each other. They're just standing next to each other, healing each other. What is this shit?
Healer's gotta heal. Healer's gotta heal. Healers heal.
Exactly. Medical
masturbation.
I'm tempted to see how my black cherry bourbon goes with green tea with honey and ginseng. I imagine not well.
Excellent. I've done it.
Oh, really?
Surprisingly, not bad. Wrote at least.
Because I've done whiskey and green tea before, and it's not as bad as people would imagine. It's not the best thing in the world,
Bad.
but it's actually drinkable.
I'm gonna endorse anything with bourbon in it.
Oh, come on, Scout. One shotter. Oh, blah. One scattergun shot. One shotter gun shoot would have got. And you didn't get no. So I got. Get.
So, I have a fun story. EX, you like this one?
This is me sober.
I went
I'm
to
so sorry.
I went to visit family members in Michigan, and I was driving around, and there's a little convention center, just like in
Did you
this
see kids?
area that I was in, and they had a sign saying, "This weekend only, Great Lakes FurCon." That's right, guys. It is the premier Michigan gathering
Time has
for
been
folks that like to dress up as mascots. You could have taken the whole fucking family.
Oh.
He just got and fucked it up.
That's what Pia does. She just goes and fucks stuff.
While dressed up as Robo.
She's a chronic fucker. She suffers from chronic fuckitis.
See, even the weapon drop tells her what she does all day. Sorry, bad joke. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's terrible.
That was so bad that guy left.
But it's okay, let's just kick it.
So disgusted with this server.
I don't think that was the actual Kick-Ass.
That's a...
That movie... Forgot that movie already.
The Mighty
What
Ducks.
happened to Kick-Ass?
How... People voted for this map. People voted for this
I
map.
voted for it. I voted for it, but then I remembered that it's the shit version, and then I regretted it.
What happened to Kick-Ass?
Who cares? I had a shortstop equipped, and it wasn't even my strange one. What the fuck happened What happened Friday?
I don't remember. I actually don't remember.
I think
I remember I came back from the bar at like
back from this place
around like midnight East Coast time. And Hunter, you said you had some amazing things to tell me, and I got really trashed halfway listening through them, and I don't remember anything else.
Oh. That sounds like a typical day.
Wow.
I can't wait for I'm gonna go to the bar this Friday and just people watch, because it's gonna be hysterical.
Are you just gonna watch couples kiss and you just kind of stare there like
No, not couples. You don't go to the couple bars and watch it. You go to the college bar and you watch fucking neckbeards go and try to drink their sorrow away. It's hilarious.
Oh god.
Our control point.
Yeah, I need to do that. That's gonna be
With a
awesome.
body pillow, you'll never be alone.
It's great. You get all the best, like the most euphoric misogynist bullshit ever. It's always the same thing. It's so fucking funny.
It's a show that doesn't change very often, but it's consistently good year to year.
I think Pierre
I
has
want a body pillow. I want a body pillow that has Darth Vader on it.
As if it's like your date.
So it's better than a body pillow though, because it's like two guys and the one guy who has a girlfriend, and he's like still waiting to actually go out on his date or something, and he's just killing time, and they're just bitching at him the entire time, like, yeah man, boys in the friend zone, girls are just fucking whores, man.
And then there's
It's like
No,
multiply that by like
you're just
10.
you're just too shit of a person for them to want to date.
Well, the funny thing is, I got this kid on my Facebook, and he always bitches like, why don't girls like nice guys like me? But this fucking, always the nice guys who complain like, I'm a nice guy, won't like me, are the ones who are the first ones to call girls whores for not fucking them.
You see, I'm a nice guy because I call women whores. They respect honesty.
I just admit to being an asshole.
I just get drunk and then I
Why would I ever do something like that? Why would I ever lie?
Run away, medic! Run away, medic!
But here's the real test. If you go to the bar, you see the misogynistic men complaining about women or whatever, you have to count how many fedoras do you see.
Well, that's the plan. I got a notepad already. Yeah, I should just do that. I should just, every time I see one, just do shots. You'd be surprised some of the shit I've seen around here, my god. I've actually seen, like, the fucking,
I've seen some shit, man.
I've seen the fucking, the Reddit uniform. Some guy with fingerless gloves, a trench coat, unkempt ponytail that's, like, looks like he never washes it. super scrawny glasses and a fedora. And this kid just like, I see this kid like 3 times a week, and he's always hanging in front of my supermarket when I go buy food.
Dude,
He's always trying to look fucking tough, and it's great.
Rudy, Rudy,
Does he always have the scowl? He has to have the scowl.
He's always got
You'll
that.
never
No, he's not a drug dealer, because I've seen him, I think he works there, but I see him get picked up by his mom. Oh god.
What if, Rudio, he is the one,
Hey,
as in the one from the Matrix?
Did I ever tell you guys about this
Then
kid I
I'll
went to
take the
school
fucking
with?
blue pill.
Sorry, go ahead, Hunter.
Alright, there's this kid that I went to school with. Just for sake of making the story easier for me to tell, his name is Aaron. Aaron Jolly. If any of you have ever met Aaron Jolly or know him, I am sorry.
How could he be? Is he a angry person?
He is a large, and when I say large, keep in mind that I am only 5'6". I am a very small man. He is just fucking giant. He's like 6'1", and just large. Oh fuck, he's not. No. Ah, fuck,
Or is he ripped?
I died. No, he's not ripped. He's just big.
So he's rippled.
Yes.
Can he use the ripple?
No.
Our control
No.
point is being
Thank
captured.
God, no. I don't want the ripple ruined for me. But the reason I know this guy is because when I played D&D in high school, he was the kid who had all the books. You know, there's always that one guy in the group that no one liked, but they had all the books because their parents had to compensate for, you know, whatever dumb trauma they put them through growing up.
Alert. The control point is being
Yeah, it's the same kid
One
who
little
had
side
all
note
the,
that is very important is this kid was functionally illiterate because he never learned how to properly read because his mom never taught him how, apparently, because she spent most of his childhood in jail for selling what was it? I think it was cocaine.
It was the 80s. It's a hell of a drug.
And
Did you hear about, I'm sorry, real quick, did you guys hear about Scruff McGruff and how he's doing 17 years in jail?
yeah, man. What? Fucking. Okay. He had like a bunch of fucking pot, which no big deal. He had plants. He had
He had 1,000 weed plants, not a little bit, 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. Only 1,000. But he also had a bunch of guns, and by this I mean like high capacity assault weapons.
And
grenade launchers. Fucking grenade launcher.
Well, a fight out of crime.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, maybe this was the beginning of a movie we were waiting for.
But
like
let
he
me
gets
get back
robbed and
to
then goes
this,
on revenge.
Oh fuck.
So,
but
this guy's
this
mom.
guy, yeah, he's functionally illiterate, so he had to spell everything phonetically, and he got frustrated when whenever he couldn't figure out how to like articulate himself, which was all the time. He also, for some reason, had a fixation on child characters. Like, he always wanted to play, yeah, this character's super powerful, but, they look like a kid. That type of guy.
So basically, so Hunter?
So it was that,
So Hunter,
that one
basically
chick
all
from
of
Fire
anime,
Emblem.
right? Basically all of anime?
Yeah. Like, he had a bunch of characters that were
Point is being contested.
functionally super characters. They were basically superhuman and bullshit, and they were like, oh, and he looks like he's 10, and he always has this stuffed bear with him, and shit like that.
I think
one of the nicknames that one of my
that sounds
friends
like
came
he
up
had
with
some
for him.
serious trauma.
Yeah,
Run away,
he did.
EX. Please run away.
But fuck. he I'm trying to get the timeline straight in my head. He when we first started this D&D group, like it was unfortunately over at his apartment. You know, this is in high school, so his mom's apartment.
Alert. The control point has been
And,
contested.
That place was weird. And I have a habit of like just looking in like through houses and shit, so I know where everything is. So like I open one door and I just see a fucking torture rack. Yeah, that's my mom's room.
Whoa, this got dark.
Yeah. This kid.
Yeah, it was just
Well, that took an unexpected turn.
Yeah, like his mom was heavy into BDSM shit. And I guess she had to be because she wasn't attractive at all.
Everyone looks good in the GIMP, man.
Fuck. I remember.
This got so bad.
I remember fucking this guy he was always like, you ever hear about that guy, like, you know, I'm sure you guys hear me say like, don't be that guy. He was always that guy, you know, the one that had to ruin everybody else's fun just because they're a prick.
Oh, I've got a that guy story.
Weren't we just talking about this the other day?
The best thing about it, though, was he was terrible at everything he did, but he thought he was the best at everything.
That's common in this sort of situation. Parents try to supplicate everything by just being like, "You're the best. Now I'm going off to the track. Don't burn the house down."
No, his mom was very clear that he wasn't the best. Wow. She pretty much made it clear to him that he was shit.
Wow. Call child services at some point.
No, it was too funny to watch.
Right there.
And he was like 18 at this point, so I mean...
Oh yeah. You can't do anything at that point.
Yeah, the damage is already done.
So, I have a that guy story. This guy loves first-person shooters. Oh god, really? There's more?
There's so much more. Like, I remember we were playing, we were playing Rock Band because, my best friend is from a family of 4, so it worked perfectly. Like, that was just a thing that they had. That was like the family thing, and they, you know, had everything for it. And, so we played that after D&D, and I remember, like, when it first came out, they had gotten everything, like, they all pooled their money and all got, you know, the full kit. Aaron was like, oh, let me do drums. I got natural rhythm. And he just kept saying that, natural rhythm. And we just go, alright, whatever. Because I was planning on doing guitar, and my best friend was like, yeah, I'll do, I want to do bass. So he does the drums, and botches it horribly. We fail out of like 5 easy songs because of him. And he's like, yeah, you see my natural rhythm? Like, he's still thinking he's doing good when we're failing because of him.
Drummers can't be tone deaf.
Spectacularly just awful bullshit, and just thinks he's still the best.
So what's this guy doing now?
I'm actually going to get to that. I saw him not too long ago. I was on my lunch break. I went to the mall that was across the street from where I work, and I was like, all right, I'm going to get some Chinese food. And I'm going to get some Chinese food. And I see him there, standing in front of the Chick-fil-A, like, near the line. And I go, oh, hey, Aaron, what's going on, man? And this is, years after the fact, keep in mind. I haven't seen this guy in several years, and last I heard, he made it clear that he had always hated me because apparently, in his mind, I always ruined every session, when it was common consensus that I just made every session funnier.
So basically what you do on this server every day.
Yeah. What I do all the time.
Good enough.
Be the best.
No, Gizmo is the best.
God damn it, Pyros!
I ain't gonna win.
Gizmo the best.
But, this guy always tried to do the whole lovable asshole thing. That, the thing that I do. It's not easy. It really isn't. You really have to have comedic timing and, awareness of what's going on with everybody in the room.
Hold on a second. What the fuck did I just get a kill with?
I fired my rescue ranger at that soldier, and you reflected it back at me, and that's how you got the kill.
You can reflect the rescue ranger. That was quite amazing.
But yeah, he, I saw him at this Chick-fil-A, and, I chatted with him a little bit, and, he was like, I'm just waiting to go to work. I go, oh yeah, it's always the worst part. I asked him where he worked, and he just goes, right there, and points at the Chick-fil-A in front of us. And I go, oh, alright. He goes, yeah, I was in the army, but, I left. And I'm thinking of going back. The truth is, he actually figured out of the army, because he's a colossal shit, and terrible at everything. So they just kicked him out.
Really, you can't just get like a walking bomb disposal unit, and by bomb disposal I just mean test if mines are there?
No, they don't do that anymore.
Anymore? They did that?
Yeah, in the 40s.
Yeah, so your retarded cousin could be in there.
Yeah, when they drafted everybody and they come up with a retarded guy, just send him into the,
Or you get the super soldier serum and you become Captain America.
No, you gotta be the plucky guy to get the super soldier serum.
Oh, yeah, you have to be likable and actually have a good heart, sorry.
You also have to be gorgeous.
Alert! The control point is being captured.
I don't care, he's hot.
That's why I can't
But
get
you're
over
nice
it.
anyway, so who's gonna know you're gorgeous?
Alright, it gets better. It actually gets better.
It does? Because, that's a perfect segue into my story.
Well, the thing is, I asked him, when he had to go into work, he goes, I have to go in at 5. It was currently noon. He goes, I've been waiting here. I've been waiting since, Hey, Spies. Alright. The continuation of this, because it gets funnier. I just kind of was like, wait. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to say anything. Because, keep in mind, he's a very large individual. I'm not. I just kind of like, you know, chuckle it off, and
Begins in 60 seconds.
yeah. I just go, alright then, and just walk off, and I immediately pull out my phone and text my friend my best friend that, you know, I played D&D with, and, you know, kind of how I knew this fuck. And I tell him, you know, the story, like, dude, I just ran into Aaron, and he's, like, told him the whole thing about him waiting for work. And he just replies with, honestly, I'm not surprised. But this is the type of guy who... Fuck. I saw him the next fucking day, talking about how he got fired from
Mission
the Chick-fil-A.
10 seconds.
Like, he was... But the thing is, he was standing out in front of it again, waiting to go to work, and they didn't tell him until he came over to clock in. Like, just get wrecked. I have more stories about this guy, but...
I think someone else has a story, and I need to hear it.
Yeah, Hank
I've
has
got one about that guy you see in FPS games. Now, he and we went to high school together. We were actually good friends because we were both assholes. So that's why we got along great. We hated everybody. We were douchebags. So, towards senior year, I'm going off to college. He joins the military. Goes off into the Marines. Around this time, I had picked up, we were playing Bad Company 2 a lot together, because he had the game and he was good at it, and I was good at it on Xbox. So we were a good team. He goes off and goes off to training. A few months later, he comes back home with an injury. Apparently he broke his ankle. What ended up happening is he was mouthing off to his COs on the first day, and then shut up. And then when he broke his ankle on the last week of training, they gave him an option. They said, well, you can go home and wash out, or you can heal up here and continue. He's like, well, I'll go home, because that's the logical choice. I can come back, right? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, totally. You can't. He still comes home. He then joins the Army. The Army takes him in after he heals up. And they say, okay, so here's what's going to happen. You went almost all the way through training. You went far enough that you don't have to basically do basic training. We just have to get a class up to your level. So you get to wait around on base, basically doing nothing, and get to act as the poster child for the COs. And get to do pretty much nothing, and have it super easy, up until the class is ready to start training with you. So he gets used to make an example of, in front of the other kids, where it's like, oh, he can get Gatorade and pop from the pop machine, doesn't have to wait where the other kids can't, because they're not that far in the training yet, they can't get that as a reward. So, what ends up happening is, he gets pissed off one day, and beats a kid pretty badly with a padlock, and gets dismissed. What? I didn't know about this until I didn't know about this up until he came home, and he was just pissed off at the guy. The kids were just yeah, they're just all giving him shit, and he got pissed off and beat a kid down with a padlock. So I didn't know this, I didn't know this little fact until he came back. He's like, yeah, I'm back from the Army, guys, and I went over to my other friend's house because he absolutely was begging me to show up so that he didn't have to spend this whole time with this kid who, I'll just call him Army Guy. My best friend, his sister actually, his younger sister invited over Army Guy and a bunch of her friends. And he was just begging me. Yeah. Wait, Private what?
Yeah, Private Pile.
Yeah, Private Pile. So, Private got invited over with a bunch of other friends of my best friend's younger sister. So he was begging me, he's like, dude, you gotta come over here, we can do whatever the hell you want. I just do not want to be beat. I'm cigarettes and they're taking a smoke. Private Pile's like, yeah, I'm gonna be kind of looking for new work, it's kind of shitty, I got screwed over again by the Army. And we're all like, oh, well, how did you how did you get screwed over by the Army this time, dude? I mean, you said you got screwed over by the Marines, and then they stopped talking to you, so how did the Army screw you?
Like
He's like,
your
oh,
girlfriend.
well. He's like, oh, well, you know, I kind of beat a kid with a padlock, and they dismissed me. Which at that point, we were just like, oh. We got silent. And I was like, okay, so why did you beat a kid with a padlock? He's like, oh, well, it made me mad. So we're sitting next to him, one of us on either side of him, and we're just like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm thinking of applying... Yeah, we started inching away from him. He was like, yeah, you know, I'm thinking of applying to, like, Target for the time being, you know, just kind of get a job going while I'm trying to think of something else. And we're like, oh, okay, dude, that's cool. He's like, yeah, you know, I really want to build something like, you know, because I worked at a hardware store at the time. So he's like, yeah, dude, I totally want to, like, build something with you and, like, do something crazy. And we're like, yeah, sure, dude, whatever you want to do. It's cool, man. Because I love doing crazy ideas and, like, crafty shit with, like, making potato cannons. He's like, yeah, can we make a gun, like a potato cannon, and have it fire padlocks? I was just like, no, we can't.
What's with the padlock?
Padlock-based offense.
He took a joke and ran with it, and like took it way too far. Also, his other question was he still remembered as that douchebag from high school? The answer, of course, being yes. Yes, he was.
Private padlock.
Jesus.
I stopped talking to him after that night. He kept asking why I wasn't ever on Vegas or Rainbow Six Vegas 2 or on Battlefield anymore.
Maybe because you beat people with padlocks.
Exactly. I never told him that. I was just like, oh yeah, dude, I'm always busy, you know. I'm working 2 jobs, going to college. I just don't have time anymore, you know?
Oh my god,
He tried not beating people with padlocks.
You bloody call.
We just didn't even ever bring it up. We're just like, okay, we're never talking to this kid again. So, I think, actually, last time I saw something from him, like, he had lots and lots of issues. But, like, he was always on Facebook whining, complaining about stuff, and I think he got let go from Target because they realized what he did. And they're like, yeah, no, we don't want you working here anymore. So I think he ended up moving down to, like, South Carolina or something. And he's working down there doing God knows what. I have no idea, though. Like, I kind of, like,
I was gonna make a really
with him.
terrible joke involving the Klan, but I'm not gonna do that.
That would not surprise me. At all. This kid was one of those where he'd, like, take a joke way too far, and then actually get serious about it.
Someone who can beat a person with a padlock. I've got your man right here.
Oh my god, Brad.
Burrito, goddamn. I said it was terrible.
No, it's not terrible. It's the best thing ever.
Surrounded by a bunch of Jews, and all you got is a padlock. Now here's what you want to do.
Oh man. See, I can make jokes about the Klan because I lived in the one state of the Union that was actually ran by the Klan in the 1920s.
In the Union.
In the Union, yeah. Indiana, in 1928, the Klan party, the political party, literally ran the governorship and both the state legislatures. How about
Aren't you proud?
factoid? Oh god, it's pretty awful, actually.
Hey guys. Hey.
Alright, EX.
How you doing?
Oh, this is EX.
I can talk now because my wife's friend, you know, left. And I have a story involving the guy who banked Donut. Same guy.
Please, do tell.
Oh god. Is this before or after Donut?
Oh god, Donut. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Still has testicle feel.
This was when he still had testicle feel. It's the same guy.
I'm just gonna start drinking now.
I wish I
another
could.
disgusting story.
What led him onto that dark path of Donut? I guess we're gonna find out now.
Oh, well, okay, it's a really short story, but this is, it involved him, another friend of mine, actually involved him, a group of friends of mine, me, and a sleepover.
Oh,
It sounds like it could go horribly wrong. Let's see.
Well, Gizmo, this guy, I haven't talked to him in years. The last I heard of him, he was, he left the army. So, after he left the army...
out? For being
he got
shit?
thrown out. Yes.
There seems to be a pattern in this story.
Is this the same guy that I was talking about?
I have no idea.
Did he beat the guy with padlock? Yes or no?
Ends in 30 seconds.
I think we're all talking about the same guy.
Because...
Spoilers, they're all Egoraptor.
Here's the thing,
The
the
army
reason
does
why...
attract... I think the military does attract
Okay.
psychopaths. I'm really sorry for saying that.
Here's the thing, though. Why he left involved his penis. I'm gonna leave it at that.
oh.
5, 4, 3, 2.
He was not able to actively relieve himself under the duress of battle.
Yeah. Anywho.
Was he spreading his heat to all the female officers?
I have no idea. All I know is he was, you know, done from the army because of his penis. So I'll just leave it at that.
That thing seems to get him into quite a bit of trouble.
I have no idea. I mean, Jesus, Donut is just one of his escapades. There are others.
Donut is just the tip of the motherfucking iceberg.
I don't want to know more personally of any of his sexcapades.
I think Donut's just
Donut
the
is
tip.
by far his... No. No, Donut is one of, you know, is his most well known.
Mission begins.
But he has others, but nothing tops Donut. So, however, the story I'm about to tell, it doesn't involve a lady, and it doesn't involve his penis. It does involve his ass, though.
Well then.
So, okay, one night this was going to be my first sleepover with my friends. You know, it's, at his brother's place. I'm more of... shit.
28.
I just turned 18.
Did you braid each other and stare and tell a scary story?
No,
Me and my buddy
you
Ginger
guys-
do that all the time.
Did you practice making out for when you met your future husband?
No, we were just, you know, eating shit and stuff about it. Anyways, we were playing Magic the Gathering, and I was his brother, who I'm more friends with.
Had a sliver net.
The guy who
Silverdeck used to be automatic, get the fuck out of the house.
Real quick, the guy that I was talking about had a sliver deck and he was super proud of it.
Of course you
Your
did.
friend just went down 10 levels of scrub.
Oh, if
that'd
I
be
tell you
impossible.
more about him, he will go down so far, so fast, you'll get whiplash.
How scrubbed can one man be?
Well, he played a hunter in World of Warcraft.
It continues.
So, real brief on sliver decks real quick for those who have no idea what the fuck they are. There are a bunch of creatures that gave abilities to other creatures of the same type, and it was all of them, so everyone who played a sliver deck got the benefits of a sliver deck. So you'd have people who would be able to just like have fucking shit tons of creatures on the field and not care what happened because they had all abilities at the same time because one of them said, hey, this gets all abilities.
And then there's
Wrath of
Silverdeck.
God.
Yeah, it was basically like playing the Zerg in StarCraft.
Wrath of God, Wrath of God, Path to Exile, Wrath of God.
Alright,
All that
So-
for you.
while we were playing Magic, my friend's brother was playing against another guy on, you know, on the floor, while I'm gonna call the guy who banged Donut,
Donut Slayer.
I'm gonna call him Jay. And I'm gonna call
See,
his
at least I had the
brother
courtesy to
Steve.
call the fucker by his real name.
Well, his name starts with the letter
Because
J.
I don't give a shit about him.
Well, his name starts with the letter J, so that's why I'm just gonna call him J.
Is it Jeff Jarrett?
Are you talking about Brassman?
Oh shit! You're right, guys.
It was brass all along.
Guys,
It's the other Josh.
Sliver deck. I like to take Sliver Queens, and then I tell my lover, I say, please lover, will you wear nothing but this bikini I made out of 2 Sliver Queen cards to cover your nip-nips.
That's what I pull out chaos confetti.
Alright, so my, Jay was on I was on a bunk bed. I was on the bottom bunk, and, Jay and another friend of mine were on the top bunk, and Jay's brother was on the floor playing Magic with another... Well, I'm about to get to that.
What are we gonna do on the bed, Jay?
Oh, God!
So Jay and his friend were doing some stuff from the top bunk. I don't know what they were doing. I'm in the bottom bunk.
Yeah, they were.
So all I heard...
where this is going.
So all I heard was friction, and then I heard a scream, and then my friend's ceiling fan just went out of place, and it nearly fell to the floor.
Friction?
Oh my God!
Friction?
Wait, what fell to the floor?
I heard, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And then, the friend who was on the top bunk with Jay said, the motherfucker stuck his finger up his ass, and then he ran it under my nose.
Thanks for staying.
Oh, fuck.
That's friction.
The bomb ain't moving.
That's not friction, that's a Dirty Sanchez!
Yes, it was. And I made mention of that. I was like, dude, you just fucking gave him a Dirty Sanchez. And I was like, well, I'm dubbing it friction now.
Oh my God!
I would kill this person. Fuck.
No,
I
they were
cannot pay your
laughing.
silver deck with this word friction. I require more.
They were laughing their asses off. They were like, oh, I have shit under my nose. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I was laughing my ass off. I was fucking dying.
I had a similar situation where I got into a situation like that where I'm like, everyone's laughing about something that I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people about? When I was in 9th grade, I had to go on a fucking retreat, which sucked, as you might imagine. It was, I got sent to private school after, aggression incidents in middle school, like you do. Because everyone just yells and beats each other up in middle school.
Yep.
And, people told me that when I got there, they're like, alright, you need to be welcomed into the community. We're gonna teabag you in your sleep.
What?
And I said, absolutely not. If you do that, I will cut your balls off and shove them up your ass. And they said, no, it's no big deal. It's just teabagging. See, I'll go do it to him. And they go to this other kid, and he gets teabagged. And he wakes up mid-teabag, and he goes, oh, you guys, and they're all just laughing about it, and they're grabbing each other's asses and fondling each other's balls and teabagging each other. What? And I'm just like, what the fuck did I transfer to? And that's what I said. I'm like, this is really gay. And they're like, no, man, it's just us. We're just chilling out, just being guys. And
guys doesn't mean
I woke up and one of them
fucking each other.
I woke up and one of them in the middle of the night, I barely got to sleep that night. I woke up in the middle of the night and one of them was next to me and was taking his pants off. So I fucking tackled him, took out a can of bug spray and just sprayed him right in the fucking eye. That guy left alone.
You know what is really funny?
Well, the funny thing is about that though is, I got, the private school, when they found out, all these rich kids were like, oh my god, this kid assaulted some other kid, he sprayed him with bug spray. By the time I got back to school, the story had gotten to the point where it was, I had actually killed somebody with a gun. That's how big the rumor was.
Holy shit.
It's great. There's more to the story, by the way.
Well,
after the next...
did you tell the story that people were
Man, I'm going to edit this video immediately. This is like gold.
This is sounding horrible.
Oh, shut up, Izanagi, don't.
Hey,
Well, yeah,
I'm
so
gonna give you.
the story, so the end of this was, they actually, yeah.
Yuki, a little bit of advice. If you don't want to get muted again, I would suggest no more talk.
Dude, it's Robo's birthday. I have to. That's my gift to him.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's no way around it.
Rudio, that private
So
school
here's the
you
best
went
part
to?
at the end.
Rudio, that private school you went to? Just one sec. It's Rudio here.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah, I'm here, I'm talking.
That private school you went to, was it a Christian private school?
Oh yeah, it was Episcopalian.
Why?
Oh my god.
That stuff happens at the Christian schools. It's like, we hate gays, we want to teach creation. Let's put our balls in each other's faces.
Well, they actually, to be fair, actually, the funny thing is, though, it was a Christian high school, but they didn't teach creationism. In fact, my philosophy class, here's a great moment, my philosophy class that I had to take, was headed by a priest, and the final thing, the final was you have to argue about the existence of God, and a lot of kids didn't want to take the anti-God side, so he actually went devil's advocate, and a priest did the God does not exist side. So it was pretty cool as an actual school. The kids just sucked. But yeah, so anyway, there was a rumor going around that I had shot and killed somebody, which just, it got ridiculous. Like, people were saying, people came up to me and accused me of, like, so, I heard a rumor that you bathed in some kid's blood after you shot him. It's like, what the fuck? And they started to dig up all this shit on me. They started to dig up all this shit on me and extrapolate it. Like, one of them was, oh, I heard his favorite band is Korn. He's a Satanist. And I'm like, what? I have one Korn CD, and that makes me a fucking Satanist? And so they tried to get me kicked. They tried to get me kicked out of school. There was actually a huge meeting about this, and my dad actually really saved my ass. This was a great moment. He went up. All the people came in and said, you know, we're gonna get your son kicked out because he's a bad person. He's a menace. And he said, I don't care if you kick my son out, but if you do, I'm going to go to the cops and get all your sons labeled as sex offenders with the story that my son told me. And then they're going to have to introduce everybody for the rest of their lives as someone who likes to touch 14-year-old boys. Oh. So.
Oh man, your dad's awesome. Give him a trophy.
Yeah, my dad's awesome. So, I got people backed off.
Good. Robo, you missed the best birthday gifts
That's
ever.
awesome. Wait, by the way, guys, there's more to the story, and my wife is trying to kick me off the computer because I gotta do the laundry tonight. So, let me be brief as to what happened after fiction. So,
yes, please.
So, after fiction, the guy who received the Dirty Sanchez, he nearly busted his hand because he was so surprised by the smell that his hand hit the ceiling fan. He was cut up pretty freaking bad, but it didn't warrant anything of taking him to the hospital for. So, you know, throughout the rest of the night, we were like, oh, fiction. We didn't do it again, but we were, you know, just talking about it, and then it was time for us to go to sleep. So I was trying to go to sleep, and then two of my friends were messing with me while I was trying to sleep. You know, one of them were slapping me in the ass. One of them was, you know, doing, you know, slapping me in my stomach. The guy freaking received the friction. He did it to me. He gave me friction while I was asleep. So I woke up and I was really, really, really pissed. They were laughing their asses off. I was tired. I was sleepy. I was sleepy as hell. I was like, dudes, what the fuck is wrong with you? By the way, this was my last sleepover. And
wasn't this your first?
Yeah, my first and last sleepover. So I was really pissed off at these guys. I was like, get back the fuck off. I'm trying to go to sleep. You better, you know, let me go to sleep. And they were like, okay. So I was really pissed off. I tried to go back to sleep, but they, they were still freaking, being dicks, and being who they were. By the way, I don't talk to these guys anymore. So So I freaking just had enough. So when I woke up, I found out that they went to sleep and they were still asleep. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking get back at these guys, and I'm gonna get back at them well. So I'm lactose intolerant. So I told my friend, hey, for breakfast, can I have cereal? And he's like, sure. He's like, give me a big bowl and give me lots of milk. So he makes me some cereal, and I ate it, and the mixture started to happen within my body, and I was like, okay, I think it's time.
Dutch oven.
So I went to them, they were still asleep, and I freaking just let loose, I just took like the biggest freaking fart and did it to both of their faces while they were asleep. I nearly, shoved their head up my own ass in order to make sure that they can, that fart gets into their nostrils while they were asleep.
Oh my gosh!
I've smelled lactose tolerance farts. That is